Yeah. Oh. Respected Chairman Dr. Watts, Vice Chairman Dr. Vineet, and other dignitaries present here, the students, faculty members. Good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure in presenting this sustainability initiative at the time when the whole world is looking forward to new technologies, new initiatives on the energy sector, green energy per se. So in this direction, a lot of work has been done within the country and of course outside. Presently, the initiative by the Government of India is in terms of making sure that the whole technology is from India and from people, students, youngsters like you sitting here. This initiative, in addition to electric vehicle, what we are doing, I'll also very briefly explain the background and then how the whole initiative started and why this necessity. 2 days back, I was watching the BBC. There was a video they were showing that mainly the Delhi city they were showing and how it is a big gas chamber, how environmentally it is affected. The vehicles that are flying here are all damaging, all that. So also they stated that some 20 the worst affected cities in the world is here in India. So these are the factors that practically initiated, but then there is also need for making this, from a backward, like from energy to the mobility also is required. So in this direction, a lot of, how do we do it? Oh yeah. The present electricity mix is like, as you see in this, initially it was around 16% green energy, and over a period, right now we stand somewhere around 23% energy produced within the country is green energy. The plan is to make it 50%, and then over a period, of course, the whole energy should be green and we should be getting it free. Other than the wheeling charges, the whole thing will be free. And India's electricity, the various methods for the green, energy they have been adopting, of which the solar and wind, all of you are already aware because a lot of effort has been done. Hydro, of course, is there for time immemorial. Then there is also a geothermal and then, of course, biomass and biofuel. The other last two, this thing are, of course, not very environmentally safe, but however, the effort is there that energy has to come from all these instead of fossil fuel, the petrol and diesel, the import of which is almost like 100 billion now. We are importing fossil fuel. So this has to stop so that we become more and more efficient in terms of the energy, especially the renewable energy. We are also fourth in, as you could see, the fourth in renewable energy. Wind power also we are fourth. Solar power we are fourth in this thing. Largest solar power generating station is in Gujarat, set up by Adani. It's all here in this thing. So it is practically increasing, 400% increase in this sector in the last about 8.5 to 9 years. So equitable, how it is, the transition is happening today is in the sense that it is quite equitable and inclusive, and also dependency on the future is the main this thing, and we should be shifting from the present the carbon energy to low carbon energy. The whole idea is to make sure that the energy that we are consuming, we are using, everything is coming from a green thing. Yeah. So what is the need for this kind of a transition or need for this green energy? One is, of course, as you all know, that environmentally how bad it is and how affected we are because of this. Of course, we also report 2 days back what I was seeing, the lifespan is reduced by almost like 10 years because of the environment damage that has been happening because of this energy that we are using or the mobility we are having petrol and diesel. And also there is a need for job creation and economic opportunities. All of you are driving one or the other mobility. There are so many public transport, metro, everything is there. But the technology comes from abroad, either German or American, different countries. Nothing is Indian as on today. So this is a very great opportunity for the youngsters, for the Indians here to create this technology, do some invention on this and then make it happen. So there's a great lot of opportunity exists in terms of green energy, and we should be making all efforts, all the youngsters here should be doing it. So there should be this job creation and new technology happening from here. And also, of course, socio-economic and investment, renewable energy investment in this, which is manifold, it is increasing now. There's also a report saying, today's news report says that the import of or the consumption has been slowly reducing of this diesel and petrol. That is the reason, another reason for, good reason for. So a lot of economic disruption is happening. Those who are, I come from automobile background. Have been working for in this auto industry for almost like 24, 25 years. What I have seen is that the whole engine, then there is a transmission, then a lot of parts, almost like 4,000 to 5,000 parts goes into this automobile making. But over a period, now the shift is happening and also there is a lot of damage happening to the environment. The new technology what we are looking at, this is a shift that is happening today. You will have a motor, an electric motor, and of course there is a battery. And with this battery, the whole, the motor runs, and there are only three major parts: electronics, motor and battery. And this is the new change that is happening. So India is also giving a lot of support in terms of how we can transit. So far, those who are already bought a scooter, electric scooter, you will be happy to see that the government of India has given 40% of this vehicle as subsidy to you. Today, of course, they have reduced it to 15%, but still it is worth it. So we were selling our scooter at 1,50,000. So of which Government of India used to give you upfront. The moment you buy, they will credit your account by 60,000 rupees. This is the kind of support they were extending. Similarly, all the state governments also. I, as part of CII and also having spent almost like 20 years in the industry, I keep traveling to various states. I request most of the ministers and chief ministers to consider giving some subsidy for the electric. So in this direction, I am also part of Kerala electric vehicle and hydrogen initiative that they are taking. I am part of Tamil Nadu Electric Vehicle Commission. So in this direction, what the state governments are doing is they are offering a lot of incentives to youngsters who are buying scooters, electric scooters, who are making sure that this, they are exchanging their old vehicle with the electric vehicle. And Delhi government is also, of course, offering some 15%. Maharashtra is offering incentive. Gujarat, Rajasthan, all these states are offering incentives in the interest that the people shift from the petrol scooter or a car to the electric one. And also Government of India has announced a PLI scheme. This is called Production Linked Incentive. This is very, very good scheme in terms of making sure that we are shifting from the normal petrol vehicles to the electric vehicle. In addition to that, this is very important for all the students, like you. The Government of India and the several state governments are setting up something called incubation centers. This is something like R&D center, wherein you can simply walk in any of these incubation centers and then ask for support, and they will give you all the support if you are doing some innovation or R&D or testing or anything that you have knowledge of and you want to implement it. So they will help you make sure that not only your invention is implemented, commercially used, and made sure that it is also come to the market. In this direction, one example, because I am in the automobile, I must tell you, Ather. Ather is one brand where a young boy who did this kind of an R&D in IIT R&D center in Madras, and he did from concept to the manufacturing. There are a lot of people who came forward to give him fund once he announced that he is ready with the project, and then the product launched. It's there in the market, all of you are seeing. Similar thing happened with Ola Electric also. We made it from concept to the production in a similar way. I'll explain to you at a later point. But Government of India, in addition to giving the PLI scheme, which is ideal for manufacturing, they are also supporting if you are exporting. There is a lot of support. There is also, they have announced that the concessional rate of taxes. The GST is now, which is presently for all the vehicles at 28%, is now reduced to 5%. So these are all the features which Government of India has been making sure that you change from your existing petrol or a diesel vehicle to an electric vehicle. So there are a lot of job creation. Of course, more than the job creation, the shift that is happening, which is most important. That is where the whole, the idea or the crux of this thing. In the sense that we are now started training people in electric vehicle or in the sustainable energy initiatives, and we are also making sure as the country that this kind of knowledge, whatever we produce, we make it here in India, or also exported to various countries. The Ola that I am part of, where we are manufacturing scooters, we plan to export to more than 100 countries over a period, of course, over a period. And then this all covers, South Asian countries, Australia, New Zealand, European countries. There are 24, 25 countries in Europe where we plan to supply. These are all creating jobs here in India and supplying it to other countries. So not only this job creation happens in the change of technology, but also at the time of hardware, software. Most of the software today, automobile is not just auto engineering or mechanical or automobile. It is more of electronics because a lot of things are, electronics here. The whole computer drives these vehicles, and then they make sure that the electronics only give you a lot of information in terms of how we are driving, the speed. There are the scooter which we are selling today, Ola scooter. You can even GPS, you can set the map, go to the location where you want. If you are giving your scooter to your daughter or a son, you will know where he is driving. When your mobile, you can see at least where the son is there and what he is doing. And in case the scooter is lost, you can also locate, or you can make the scooter immobile from your mobile itself. There are so many features, hundreds of features are there in the scooter, which are all electronics. So those who are there in the software business or who have some inclination to be on the software side, there is a great, huge opportunity exists in terms of this mobility area. In addition to all these electronics that we use, we also make sure that the comfort level, like if you are a lady driving our scooter, it's all the more safe. There's a proximity lock and unlock is there, and you will also be very, very safe in terms of the moment something wrong happens with the scooter, there is a message that goes to, you can program all this. The message goes to some of your loved ones, family, so that they can attend to you very quickly. So there's hundreds of features, of course, most of it are in electronics. So these are all the advantages, and of course there are a lot of initiative being taken by the government of India in terms of battery technology. They have also made announcement. As on today, battery is not made in India. Everything that battery vehicles that you are now seeing are all imported batteries. So for the first time, Government of India has announced that, okay, we should make these batteries here in India. So for that, they have given a PLI scheme. PLI meaning Production Linked Incentive Scheme, with which we are now started working. And these batteries, in addition to Ola, there is one Exide, then Amara Raja, there are several companies are there who are working on this new lithium-ion batteries. There are also a lot of inventions that is happening. There are 1,000, other day I was checking with the Startup India, the Government of India department, where anybody who want to do something in the startup, you do want to something, so you need to register there. Like that, there are 1,700 companies, startup, youngsters, have registered only in automobile, mobility sector. That is the kind of number you are, today that disruption is happening in the country. So there are more and more people coming into this, and that is definitely is a heartening, happy situation there. Also, institute like this, I have been visiting several institutes. This June, July, August, many institutes invite for that first day, event where they start off, a new batch is started. They call me. Everywhere I keep seeing a lot of initiative happening in terms of reskilling the students for the new initiative or new technology. If you are in automobile industry, you need not have to learn about the engine at all. There is absolutely no need or no necessity, because there is no future in terms of engine and gearbox. So you definitely need to relearn something in terms of electric vehicle, motor, and things like that. So this is going to be the future. So the benefits is mainly the environment friendly, number one. Number two, of course, the urbanization and cost effective. 1 kilometer of driving the scooter, you only have to spend about 50 paisa. Whereas for running the scooter, present petrol scooter, you spend about 3 rupees. So this is the kind of shift that is happening. If you are driving a car, electric car, the cost of driving 1 kilometer is just 1 rupee. Whereas if I am driving a taxi, I pay something like 15 rupees. If it is Innova, 20 rupees we pay. But this is here you pay just 1 rupee. So this is where you need to shift. It is extremely cost effective, and over a period it is becoming cheaper and cheaper, so that you can shift from the petrol to the diesel. More than the mobility, it is the environment that we are now talking about. Yeah. Bhavish Agarwal is one man. He is a role model. He's just about 35-year-old young man. When he finished his IIT, he thought he should do something innovative. So that is where he started this Ola taxi, that is service, where sitting in your office or a computer, mobile, you can simply ask for a car and then it comes there in front of you. This is one initiative he and his another partner started. In the last 10 years, Ola has grown to be #1 in the country. He's a role model for all the startup entrepreneurs, youngsters who wish to make it big in technology or in new initiatives that you are thinking. Today, Ola is almost valued at about $8 billion US. So you can imagine the kind of growth in 10, 12 years that has been made. And from this taxi hiring, business he has shifted to this electric mobility. That is because there's an urgent need to shift. That is, the government of India was also pushing that we definitely have to do it. They have announced a scheme called FAME, Faster Adoption of and Manufacture of Electric Vehicles. In this, what has happened, FAME, presently, today we are running FAME 2 scheme is running. FAME 1, when they were introducing, none of the automobile companies were keen on shifting to the electric vehicle. But when Ola entered the market, that is the time there was a definite change. Ola announced that we will make scooters here in India. Technology will be Indian. The whole motor, battery, everything now we make it here in India. Whole technology is Indian. And then with this initiative, what happened? The whole market become, like aware. In one day, 24 hours, our booking was 1 lakh scooters we booked. Today also we hold a order book, meaning pending orders of 75,000. So Ola and Bhavish are definitely an example of how a startup, how a new initiative, how an environment-friendly initiative can be successful in India and make it very big. And with this, I also should, give you a very brief on the manufacturing facility. I was just explaining the dignitaries here before coming here. The Ola Electric has set up a plant which is, once the 3 phase of manufacturing is over, it will be manufacturing 1 crore scooters per annum. This is 50% of the present market size. We are the largest two-wheeler market in the world today. In the country, 2 crore scooters are sold every year, of which we are building 50%. And we will be manufacturing 15% of the world's production of electric vehicles. This is the kind of size that the country is talking about. Huge. And what we have additionally done is the whole technology, youngsters, young boys and girls are coming and doing R&D, innovations, they're registering new patents. And we are also made sure that for the first time in the country, it's an all-woman factory. All girls. 3,000 we have already had, and once the entire phase is complete, it will be 1 lakh girls working in that whole region. Of course, boys also will have some activity will be there. Of course, there wherever some hard labor is there, which a girl or a woman cannot do it, it is all done by the girls. But then this is the kind of an initiative. And he has gone to the government, and then also we have explained that it should be like kind of an hub, EV hub. So this is there in China, this is there in Europe, but it is not in India. So we have told that it should be, in a area of around 2,000 acres, where anybody can come in, do business in electric vehicle, because the entire ecosystem is built around that. So we have already asked the government to allocate about 1,000 acres. So another 1,000 acres also will come into this particular hub system, which is happening in the state of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is very important because a lot of these kind of startups and people who are innovating, they're all now coming into this state and then doing it. Today in the market, about 50,000 vehicles are so sold in a month, out of which 70% comes from Tamil Nadu. That is the kind of market that manufacturing is happening there. So other states, like if all of you are in Delhi and surrounding places, so there is a great lot of opportunity exists here if you are keen on getting into this. So this is going to be the 10 million scooters and R&D. R&D I have to definitely mention here, because for the first time in Asia we are doing. What we have done is lithium-ion is manufacturing is not there in India. So how to do it? How to encourage youngsters like you to come forward and do some innovation? What we have done is we have set up a Battery Innovation Center. We call it as BIC. This BIC, what is the intention or the interest is that we are asking all the universities to come join hands with us. So Bhavish has gone to most of the universities around the world, and then he is telling them that please come forward, join hand. And also an open invitation to somebody, youngster, he has some idea of something to do in electronic or battery or cell or a chemistry with which the innovation is happening. He has some idea. He can come to this BIC. Everything is free. Come there, do your innovation, contribute. If it is very good, Ola will take it. If it is can be improved, commercially be made, Ola will also support. This kind of a thing. So definitely excellent initiative done by Mr. Bhavish on this, and it's one of its kind. First time in the Asia it has been done. So here we have the investment is around 500 million US dollars. So there are a lot of things that are happening. In addition to, of course, Ola, there is also others are getting involved, like Tata Motors has invested heavily into this. And of course Mahindra, all the multinational companies are coming here and investing in this technology, so that a lot of innovation is happening, and also transition also happens. Over. Yeah. So to conclude my presentation, I only want to motivate and encourage the youngsters to come forward and do something for the country. Make this institute proud, where you have been learning all your knowledge and technology, graduating from here, and make the country also proud in terms of the new initiative, new innovations that are happening. Also, protect the environment. The Indian government make sure, the intention of taking all these subsidies, initiatives, everything is, the primary motive is that the whole technology should be from India. Today, whatever, as I told in the beginning, whatever technology that you are driving today is all foreign. Nothing is made in India. So the future belongs to India. Future belongs to all of you. So the future has to be from our country, from here. Thank you for your patient listening.